Hi, I want to talk about a TV series called Ruby Speaking. This is a comedy available on ITVX. Well, at least it is in the UK. I don't know where it's available elsewhere, if at all. It stars Jade Adams as a call centre operative. She's meant to be in a customer service call centre for a telecommunications company, sort of like your Sky or Virgin Media. But really, as they say right from the off, yeah, the solution to every problem is essentially upselling someone something else on their calls, which is where she clashes with her bosses because she just wants to help people honestly, and that's where a bit of tension comes from. But you've got her and a team of her 5 or 6 colleagues around her, and their sort of personal interactions is where the stories flow from. It has got Catherine Kelly in it as well as a sort of regional manager who's come down to manage the call centre and get it sort of up to the level it's meant to be. I like Catherine Kelly. She can be kind of parachuted into lots of shows, whether it's drama, comedy, and she always does a really good job. In fact, she's got a talent for comedy that, well, I'm not going to say it's unappreciated, but she can get in there, and I imagine she probably comes at it with a very strong work ethic because she's got fantastic comedy timing, and she always sort of makes you feel that she's selling her character, whether it's someone who's meant to be a more sympathetic character, such as in Bloods, or whether it's in this where she's meant to be sort of the bad guy, as it were. But what's nice about this is everyone's got realistic, to some extent, characters. Even the bad guy that I just said. They come through in a pinch. They have realistic reactions to interactions that they have, and the situations that arise are not overly cartoonish or comedic, with some few exceptions in order to sort of drive a comedy show forward. And I really enjoyed it. What I like is this show is that it's creative. You can tell that they probably think, we'll have one series, but we can have a crack at whatever we want with this, as long as we get 6 episodes out and nothing goes too wrong or weird with it. And they take some chances. Well, there's one bit where she just started like a 20-30 second little sing-song number at the end of an episode where people in a park just start joining in. Not a big song and dance routine, just a little sing-song moment. And you think, oh, that's good, that's refreshing. When they have the callers call in the call centre, rather than having a split screen, what they have is they just put them in the call centre with them on a phone next to them, so you've got something for the actors to play off, and it's just a different way of visualising it. I don't think I've seen that before. I've seen split screens, you can do cutting back and forth, but never just have them actually in the room as if they're there with them. And I think that's just a nice little touch. And there are other little creative things they do as well. You see there's some camera bits and that. Anyone that's interested, it's set in Bristol. Thankfully, you don't get any weird Bristol geography in there, as you do with not just Bristol, but any show shot in a town where you go, well, how'd you get from there to there and there to there? A bit like Outlaws, where they're always driving over the suspension bridge somehow to get to like Bedminster. And you're like, oh, how's that work? If I know my Bristol geography correctly, and I think I do, I think it's mostly shot around the Totterdowney kind of area. Might be wrong. Not saying I haven't bothered to look it up, but I just recognised some of the exterior shots, and I'm thinking, yeah, I know where that is. I drove through that the other day. Totally worth checking out, though. It's not going to offend anyone. I'd say get through the first episode at least. Don't just turn it off if you're not too sure about it. Let it try and grow on you a little bit. And also, it's nice to hear some regional accents in things. I said that with the Change, another show I reviewed recently. I like hearing the different accents, particularly the southwest accents, because that's where I'm from. And it just makes a change from everything being set in bloody London or Manchester or somewhere like that. No offence to anyone in London or Manchester, but it's just like, oh, come on, things happen elsewhere in the world. So, or at least in fucking England, you can have things that don't all have to be set there. So that was quite cool as well. So yeah, I'd say Ruby Speaking, go check it out and let me know what you think about it. Do you think it's just rubbish? Do you want to come out for a second series? I'd be happy to watch a second series of it. Don't know about yourselves, but yeah, I just found it a good fun watch that I could binge through on a couple of evenings when there's nothing else on.